government is committed to making the monarchy more relevant for the present century. As you know, they have decided they are going to ban the current discrimination on the grounds of religion. So people of any religion can become king or queen, and they're going to give men and women the same rights to the throne. But you will have noticed that there is still one major form of discrimination that nobody's mentioned. Not one person in this room can become king under the present system. That's racism. It is unacceptable. It is quite contrary to all our traditions. The Celtic tradition, the Anglo-Saxon tradition, where the council of people decide who's going to be the next king. Even the Normans had much the same. Do you know, as late as 1350, King on his deathbed said, "No, I do not want my son to take over from me as king. I am going to give the monarchy to my deadly enemy, because he'll make a better king." And that was 1340. So it is only very recently we've had this idea that my son, grandson, etc. should become king. And even then, it is theory, not practice. You know, only once in the last 1,000 years has it gone down more than 3 generations. Because every other time it was changed by assassination, murder, civil war, death in battle, deposing him. So currently we have a system that to be king or queen is that one thing that is needed is you are descended from an extremely successful murderer. This cannot continue. So we are going to stop this. We are going to gather together the religious leaders of this country, Archbishop of Canterbury, moderator of the Church of Scotland, Chief Druid, General of the Salvation Army. We are going to sit there in a truly religious situation, and we are going to choose the next monarch by the National Lottery. Don't laugh, it could be you. Well, we know there are going to be some people who are going to raise frivolous objections. They're going to say, what happens if we select a homicidal lunatic? Like William the Conqueror, Richard III, Henry VIII, Queen Elizabeth, and that's just the English. What happens if we choose a king or queen who tries to impose their own religion on all of us? And again, lots and lots of them. But we've done our research. We find that when somebody becomes king or queen, they're usually quite reasonable. It takes a couple of years of real power to become mad. You know, like our prime ministers are quite reasonable for the first 6 years, probably, before they go. So, what's the logic? We are going back to what our forebears used to do. Every year we get a new king on Midsummer's Day. Now, we've had a lot of lobbying for this, particularly from National Farmers Union. They want to bring back our ancestors' way of ensuring that this can be combined with ensuring good crops. They produce a golden sickle, cut the throat of the old person. Now that's wonderful. We're getting a lot of aggro from the EC about it. They say if we do that, it's no longer vegan and we can't sell our agricultural product. You know what Europe's like. So our system is every year, National Lottery, we get a new king or queen. And some people are going to argue. They say it is possible that we will get a king who is, shall we say, a political refugee from somewhere in Eastern Europe, like Prince Philip. Perhaps we will get someone who, like so many kings in the past, is a traitor. Only one generation back, Our own Queen's uncle was a trader and a cook. Might be a drug addict. Again, like another uncle of our own Queen. It can happen by chance. We can get someone who lives openly with his mistress. As Prince Charles said, every Prince of Wales has done that. We could even get some sort of hooray Henry Yobbo who goes around shooting endangered species. Prince Harry, I think, or virtually all the princes in history. But the fact is, yes, we can. The odds against getting it is much less than the odds with getting that sort of person with the present system. The chances of getting it 2 years running is almost zero. On average, we must have a better luck than we've had for the last 1,000 years. Now, I know there is going to be opposition, particularly from John Ross, who's saying we cannot afford a coronation every year. You are wrong. We have got all the reality television companies begging, fighting for the chance to do it. It is profit-making. Now, I ask you to remember one thing only. It could be you, Your Majesty.